Okay, so let's get into the jurisdictions. Everybody wants to know, what is a state assembly and how is it made? So you got the national soil jurisdiction. Again, we're going to be revisiting some of these core concepts that we talked about in the very beginning. So there are 77 physically defined counties in Oklahoma. Each controls the national jurisdiction of the soil. Taken together, they define the embodiment of the combined soil jurisdiction owed to our state of the union. The small s for the soil jurisdictions means we are talking about the state as a nation state. Each county government is the supreme local authority. This is very interesting. The county sheriff, the unincorporated peacekeeping officer, his authority extends only within the physical borders of the county. Each county has its own state as an interface with other states and foreign countries in the international jurisdiction. So Oklahoma in the soil jurisdiction is a nation state, just the same as France or Italy, or any other sovereign nation state. This isolation of the superior soil jurisdiction of each county was created to protect them from foreign influence. So you can imagine if you allowed Lincoln County or Rogers County, or Beaver County if you allowed them to do international business with other nations, they would be forming treaties with other nations. Whenever they realize that their law overstands all other law, you would have other nations getting involved with these different sovereign counties. Before you knew it, we wouldn't have anything in common. So each county is cut off from the rest of the world because without this protection, yeah, it is. It's very wise. Each county could split off and ally itself with any foreign government it chose. Our country would become a hodgepodge of 3,000 disparate county nation states, all functioning under different laws, warring with each other. Okay, so here's the state of the union. So we got the capital S, which denotes that it is operating in the international land jurisdiction. It is set apart from the nation state formed by combined soil jurisdictions of the counties. The state level of government exists in the international jurisdiction of the land and sea. So it is inhabited by lawful persons and legal persons. Remember, lawful persons are state citizens, and then you've got plenty of U.S. citizens that are temporary residents on this sovereign nation state, but they don't have any rights. So here, going back for comparison, the nation state is comprised of 77 national soil jurisdiction counties. So we got the national soil jurisdiction, and this is from the surface to 6 inches below. Then Oklahoma is operating as American state nationals are people, lowercase p, who populate the soil jurisdiction of Oklahoma. So the law in Tulsa County overstands state law, federal law, every other jurisdiction in the world. And those state nationals elect their sheriff, and their sheriff is basically the king of the land, and he enforces the Constitution for those state nationals. And if we don't like his performance, we fire him and we elect another guy. So it's very local, but it's to prevent a centralized government overstepping its boundaries and enslaving an entire collection of nation states. That's why these nation state counties were set up the way that they were. So that you would concentrate the sovereign power of state nationals into little groups, which is very wise for government. So you got the State of the Union, international jurisdiction, extends from 6 inches under to the center of the earth. Oklahomans operating as American state citizens are capital P people, lawful persons who control the international land jurisdiction of Oklahoma. So this is where Oklahoma as a whole acts as a physically defined state of the union and interacts with other states and other countries like Denmark or Japan. So it's physically defined. It's the international land jurisdiction. It's physically defined. It's not defined by districts. It's not like the U.S., the District United States and all the districts that they formed. It's not defined on paper either. It's populated by real men and women. It is an unincorporated body politic, and that's why it retains its sovereign power. Okay, questions?